Hello everyone, it is Tuesday here today and I'm finally starting my tag for, what week are we on? Is it 11? I think it's 11. Week 11, I know it's circles and we're doing blanket stitch. I did watch the video on Saturday. I just haven't had a chance to get in here and make my tag yet, so I'm going to be doing that today. But first of all, I received a package, an envelope yesterday from Debbie Harris, who is CraftyStuff on YouTube, and I just want to open that. So let me find my scissors. Debbie recently had a giveaway on her channel, and she was very generous in that she gave like a prize away to the winner, but everybody who entered and left a comment on her video that she was holding the giveaway on received a little prize as well. Isn't that sweet and so kind of Debbie? Look at that little thank you card there. Isn't that lovely? So pretty, Debbie. And it says, "Dear Jeanette, thank you for all your support, Debbie." That is so kind of you, Debbie. And look at that lovely paper she has used to wrap that in as well. So let's carefully... Now, where did I put my... Oh, I put them back. Let's carefully open that so we can reuse that paper. And I hope everybody's been keeping well. We're all well here. My mum's a bit under the weather, so I'm sort of keeping my eye on her as well. Just a bit of a head cold, but, you know, just to keep our eye on them, isn't it? So, look at this. So that's lovely paper, isn't it? Very pretty. That can be reused again. And this is a little ephemera pocket, and she has stitched all of these, and she made quite a few. Everybody who left a comment is receiving one of these, and she made them all. And she made them all out of this beautiful paper, and I actually have this paper. I was fortunate to get this a few years ago, and I don't think the lady sells these paper packs anymore, and it is, just like you, Debbie, one of my favorite collage papers. It's absolutely beautiful. I love the colors in this. I love the colors in this. So I'm probably going to reuse this envelope. I've got a journal on the go, and it's going to be using these sorts of colors here, so it may be able to go with that. I've had those sat there for a couple of weeks now. I'll get there. I'll get there to use them. So she's made these lovely envelopes, and she's used some seam binding and tulle that I've managed to get in a nice little mess here as the closure. And she's put a little bit of cotton trim and some lace around there. And then inside she has some ephemera. And I'll put a link to this. I'll put a link to Debbie's video where she shows all this. I don't think I can put a link to the paper pack anymore because honestly, I'm quite sure it's not sold anymore unless somebody else knows better. So we have some tags here. Aren't they pretty? Some lovely collage tags. And she has stitched around every single tag, and that's a mammoth effort, Debbie, to do so many. Look at that tiny little hole punch you've used. Oh, goodness, it's so small. They're lovely. I will be able to use these. And then there is a journal card as well. So pretty, those papers. Your printer prints them out nicely too. And then we have a little booklet inside, and I think it's that way because the writing goes that way. Just love the colours. And we have some wax paper and some different types of tea stained paper in there as well. And she's actually pamphlet stitched all of that. Well, yes, a 3-hole pamphlet stitched all these booklets that she made and stitched around them as well. And I think that was done with a paper bag. Yes, there's the bottom seam of it there. Oh, that's just lovely, Debbie. I will be able to use that, and hopefully I'll be able to use it in that journal I will be putting together soon. That will be nice, won't it? So I'll pop those in there, and if I put them over here next to those things, let me just pop also carefully, as much as I can. And I'll pop that in there as well, so I remember who it's from, but I'm quite sure I will remember. And I'll put those over here with those other tags I'm putting together. Thank you so much, Debbie. Absolutely beautiful. And go and pay Debbie a visit. She does beautiful, beautiful work, and I've been very fortunate to receive a few pieces of her work. So you won't regret going over to her channel at all, although I don't think you'd regret going to anyone's channel, would you, crafty people? Okay, I have my tag. We have to use lace and circles and blanket stitch. They were the guidelines this week. Now, I found these two on Saturday morning, these two little circles. I think they're actually... they're jump rings. They're just large jump rings. See, I could twist that open, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to use those. But that was the only... I could only go smaller. I couldn't find anything quite right that was bigger, that wasn't too thick. So when I was at Spotlight on Saturday, I found these rings here. 25mm rings, and I thought maybe I could use one of these. They're quite thick, but you know, I'll just use maybe one of those. I wonder if I've got any more of those left. I don't want them. Yeah, I only want one. These will come in handy, I'm sure. What kind of rings are they? They've got a... It's a jump ring. Oh my goodness, it's so thick. If you wanted to, you could twist that open and back. It would be hard though. So I got those. I'll use one of those. Just let me have a little look and see if I can find... do I though? Maybe that's enough. Maybe that is enough. Yeah, because it's only a small tag, and we need some background fabric. What have we got here? I have this. I think they're called antimacassar. Is that what they're called? Those chair back covers. I've been using the linen on it. I've still got the lace to use on it as well. But the linen's really lovely. So maybe I could use a bit of that. Okay, that would be nice. Now, put them away. I've been looking at my room this week on and on. Every time I kind of walk past the door there, I think, oh, I want to, like, oh, that doesn't rip very easily. We won't do that. I need to sort it out a bit. It's just, I've got stuff where I shouldn't have stuff, and it's starting to annoy me. Okay, that wasn't very straight. Let's try that again. Okay. take a little tiny bit off. Oh, maybe I'll just do that. And make it a bit, there we go. That might be alright. It can hang down a little bit, I think. We'll at least straighten it off, I think, and then I'll fray it. Just to soften it a bit, like that. That should be fine. Yeah, that's fine. I can do it down the side a bit as well. So I bought myself some nice dressmaking scissors, and I've put, not that I'll forget, but just in case anybody else picks them up, a little bit of fabric on them just so I know. They're quite heavy, but they're lovely. When I was at Spotlight the other day, I bought a couple of things for myself that I've been wanting, and a nice pair of fabric scissors was one of them. I don't want to do the top too much. I just cut that crooked. I'm sure it'll be fine. There we go. That will be fine like that. So they're a nice pair. They're class scissors. They had a sale on. Oops. So I took advantage of that sale and got a couple of things for myself. Okay, so that's that. Now we need, actually now I just want to put a little mark there. So I know about there. There we go. You need some lace. I think I'll take this opportunity to use some nice old lace. Let's see what I can find, because I just don't use the old stuff as much as I should, I don't think. And I might keep, oh, that's so pretty. I love this lace, but I think it will take away from the blanket stitch, so I won't use it. I need quite a delicate lace, I think, for this, just to, so you can see the circles on it. No, so maybe a netted lace would be the best. Bit. It's beautiful, but it's far too big for what. Oh, no. I need to sort out my broom a bit more. I've got stuff that I've had for quite a while, and I'll probably never use it, you know. So I need to change things up a little bit. What's in here? This is a bag of laces, and I dip into here every so often. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's perfect. That VAR sent me. I can't even remember the name of the channel. I think it was Bianca something, some number on the end of it. Sent me quite a few years ago now. Isn't that beautiful lace? And these are some laces, beautiful vintage laces that were in this bag. I think is that one. I'm looking for quite a wide one. So what? Oh no, that's a bit too fussy. I don't want it too fussy. Oh, gorgeous pieces. And this is, I need to get all this stuff sorted out. I wonder if I can use that and just trim the edges off a little bit, perhaps. how would that look? Would I be able to see these? I think so, because that is like a real old white. That is like a beigey, creamy kind of colour. And if I did these in white, do I have a thicker white thread? If I did those in white, that way I could be like tone on tone. I've got that one. It's quite thick. I don't really have much white. Actually, I think I do have white. It's just not in here. I found another one of these at the Spotlight, exactly the same. I got that one from the op shop. If I think, can't remember, wouldn't have been much. This was not overly expensive either, and it's exactly the same. So I'll be able to put the rest of my threads in there because I really enjoy them being in there. Oh. Let's see, here we go. I do have a white. I've got that one. And that one, they're both the same. These are the ones that I still need to, that I found at op shops that still need to go on things. So I'm not short of any threads at the moment. I could use no, I think it's far too fine. That one it would take me forever. Not going there. I could use a pearly one though, isn't that lovely? It's not white though, it's the same colour as this, so I don't know if it would stand out enough at all. I think pretty sure that's all that I've got of those. Actually, I've got some more up in a box, but I don't know if I want to go and get them. Let's just start with this, perhaps. Yeah, okay. Put that over there. We want this, so... Where's my new scissors? Just... put that away. Because, yeah, if I leave those edges on, it's too wide, and I don't want that. So I will trim it down just a little bit. Like that. It's ever so delicate, isn't it? Like that. Get rid of those little ones. Put that there. Like that. It's lovely. Okay, so now all I have to do is find out where I want my circles. That shouldn't be too hard. Once again, I don't have a white eyelet. As soon as I get some white eyelets, I will eyelet the ones that need the white eyelets. It's a very basic one this week, isn't it? I mean, I guess you could add more stitches to it, but because it's so late in the week, I think I'll just do exactly as Anne says. There's a little mark on the lace there, but I'm not too concerned. It is vintage lace, and that is to be expected. Okay. Oh, okay, so I'm just trying to remember how she did it. So we get that. We get our... Let me just put that lace away now. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. The vintage laces. And then it's got the little peg on the top there. That did beautiful, beautiful work. Really talented. Okay, so I need a needle first. I'm going to take, am I? Depends. Sometimes these ends are easy enough to find, but sometimes when you find the cheaper ones from the op shop, they're actually, the end is tied in a knot somewhere. I don't think this one is though. Oh, good. Okay, you might be able to, one end usually pulls. It's not that end, so it must be this end somewhere. Okay, no other end. I wonder where that is. There, see how there's a knot in there? There's a knot in it. So I'm just going to do that. Otherwise it ends up in a terrible, terrible mess. And then you've got to try and, there we go. That's one end and that's the other end. So they're actually tied together. They were tied together. So I'm going to take a generous length of thread, I think. Let me just put these away. Okay. Are we leaving it at the 6 strands? Yeah, I think so. We can try it. I'm waiting for a delivery this week. It's nothing to do with crafting. It's actually a special food delivery. And I've been given an estimation that it's just arriving this week. And so I have to stay home and wait for it because it has to be refrigerated. And so I can't go out anywhere at the moment until it arrives. So now I have to think, how did Anne do this? I will have to be careful because that is a jump ring, that when I go around that, it doesn't, the thread doesn't go through there. Maybe that's where I'll start. I'll put that thread over there, and maybe that's where I'll start. How did she do this? Oh, I should have gone back. Okay, I think, is that right? No, maybe it's the other way. I think she goes under and up like that. Yeah. Okay, we'll leave that there. And then you just, okay, so I've just gone under and up, which is just basically like that. And that's it. Oh, I hope I've got that right. Pretty sure that's how it is. Looks it, doesn't it? That's a blanket stitch. Okay, I'm going to try and keep that away from that split, and I'll come at the end, I'll have that thread over there and we'll work it out as we go along. So it's just under, and you've just got to make sure that that thread, this thread here, is at the back of the needle, see, like that. That's all you've got to do. And that's it, like that. So just like that, simple, isn't it? And then you go around all of them, and then you attach them to your fabric and your lace. I may have to do a few stitches to attach that lace onto the fabric. So what I will do is I will go ahead and finish stitching all these. When I get to the end, when I get over here, see where that little split is, I think I'm going to use this thread and lay it over there and stitch over the top of it, so that will prevent the stitches from slipping down inside that crack, hopefully. We'll see how we go. Alright, so I'm just going to start putting that little tail across the ring there. What I did do is I put a little bit of glue over the join because my thread kept sort of sneaking in there. It was getting caught, so I put a little bit of glue, and I've done that to the other two down there as well. But hopefully that will stop it from going in. So now I'm catching... I've got that little tail going over there. I'm catching that in there now, and hopefully that will help as well. And I just made sure that the thread came out the back of the ring. Just so I don't end up with my thread disappearing inside of that slit. How did she end it off, though? Hang on, I need to just maneuver that up there, like that. Oh, how did she finish it? I can't remember. I'll have to go and watch the end of her video again and see how she actually... I need to just loosen that a little bit. How she finished the ring off. Okay. Yeah, that's a bit better, not... These remind me of those napkin rings that people do. I've got some here somewhere, I think. Oh, there, hang on. I'll show you what I mean. I found some a while ago. And not sure. Did she just stitch into that last stitch? I will have a look in a minute. These things, they remind me of these, and I guess the concept is exactly the same, isn't it? And then people just crochet into that little bit around the edge there. And I think I just watched a video this morning of Karen Billinger, I think, and she did some beautiful tatting on her rings. Bit too advanced for me, but absolutely lovely the way she did it, and beading and that. I think I'll keep mine very simple and plain. And now I just need to go back and watch how Anne finished hers off, and I will go ahead and do the other two as well. Okay, so I have those two stitched on already. I did that one in in this thread here. I like the way that looks, and I've stitched those two. I made them and then stitched them to the lace, but I thought maybe with this one I'll do it a little bit differently. Maybe this one I might just try and stitch it straight to if I can, straight to... I don't know if that's going to work. It's not that easy because you've got to go under and up like that kind of thing. Let me just see before I commit to that. Like that. There. And then you've got to do it again, don't you? It's actually, because that slips really easily. That's not, you'd have to go like that. But then, oh, that's going to be a bit hard, I think. No, I'm not going to go there. So let's just, it was a thought, but no. I'm not that advanced. That's not going to be good for me. Okay, so what I might do though is I just took the glue off that because I thought, oh, I won't need that. We'll see how we go. I thought I might just do this one a little bit different to the other ones. Like that. How many is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. So I've got 5 on there. I thought I might leave a little space if I can. We'll have to see how we go. And it slips very easily. That's the only thing. Okay, so and leave a space and have it like that. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. I can try. 1, 2, 3. 4. So like that. And then do the same again, leave a space. Let's see, try and get them even. Is that even? And then when I couch it on, I can make sure that sits quite all right. Is that even? That looks about even. 1. 2. 1, 2. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. About there. Oh, it might work. Two. 3. 4. And see, hopefully that will avoid the whole split in this one. Oh, but will it? Do they look even or even enough? Like that. That should be all right. And stitch them on. Kind of want that one over there though. The way I was finishing the other 2 off was to just, at the end, I would just put the stitch inside the beginning of the work, and that seemed to work well. So if I bring this around, like that and take it through that first stitch there. That will work. I might actually just knot that just so it holds it in place as well. Like that, and I don't think that'll be noticeable once it's on the tag. Ooh. Like that. Like that. And like that. Okay, let's have a look. And that I can thread through the back afterwards. Do I want it? How are we going to have it? Like that? Or like that? Maybe like that. Where is it? It's there. So, little tail at the beginning does tend to get in the way of things. I have noticed that. Let's have a look. Get that out of the way for the moment. And so if I can perhaps come up right at the end there under that last stitch, like that. This thread, there we go. Sometimes when this starts to separate, that little tail, it's worthwhile cutting that off because it gets tangled with everything. Okay, so I came up under the last stitch there, and maybe I can just couch it on like that and give it the look of an extra stitch, perhaps, and then come over here. Come up at the beginning of that stitch there. Go over. Like that. And then same thing here. At the end of it. So having two couch stitches on each piece will hopefully stop them moving around too much. And then over here, let's hope it works anyway. At the beginning of that one. Like that. And at the end of it, that. And like that, and then back to the beginning. that. And like that. They're so slippery, these rings. They're so slippery. There we go. If I twist that underneath a bit more, I could almost come and couch it so you don't see that long one, which I like the look of that a bit better, I think. So if I came here, or even just so it sits flat on the lace rather than moving around all the time, which does tend to annoy me a bit. So if I did that, I'll just couch that one. That way it's going to stay back, isn't it? And then here. Oops. About there. Just so it's not flipping forward onto the silver part over here. Like that. And then the last one here. Oops. Like that. How's that? I think that sits a lot better like that. Definitely. Okay. What I think I will do is thread this little tail through the needle, take it through the back and tie those two tails together perhaps. Oh, it's a tight one. Okay, just need to get it around into the back. There we go. Yep. I'll just tie those. I don't know if this is the right way you would do things, but it's the way I'm doing it to secure those little tails. Especially because they're spaced apart like that. Okay, that'll be fine. It's not getting washed or anything like that. So that's how that looks. And because I've got the silver here, I should be able to use a silver brad. Not brad, sorry, I just saw a packet of brads when I opened the drawer up. A silver, oh that's the wrong one. They're the little ones. I want, where's the big ones? Did I leave them out? No, don't say. I don't like my desk in such a mess for such a long time. It just... I'll be back. Okay, I cannot see where they are. I cannot see where they are, which means I definitely have to sort my desk out because I don't like crafting like that at all. Okay, so there'll be no eyelet in there today. I can put the hole in there though. Just let me get a piece of paper. I just saw one a second ago. There we go. Hopefully that will be firm enough for me to make that. Little hole. Okay. So that will go like that, but I need to... Oh, that's annoying, isn't it? And I didn't have to sew the lace to the fabric simply because by the time I stitch these on, it's holding it all into place anyway. Like that. Okay, but I will have to... Well, if I had the eyelet, I don't, but I do have to stitch that on. I need to have some a thread. Now, what date do I put this? I might just date it for Saturday's date, like I normally do, although I think I got it wrong last time. So I'll have to figure out what that was. What did I put on the last one? I put the 7th, was it, of March? But it was really the 6th. So about the 13th. Yeah, the 13th of March. Oops. So let me do that before I stitch that on, I think. I'm trying to think what happened this week. What happened this week that I can put on the card? What is that? Oh, no. Oh, I can't redo that, can I? I can go over it, though, I guess, with a pen. A little bit. Carefully. There. Okay, that will be fine. I don't know. What happened this week? Not a lot. Was it? No, it's for last week, isn't it? Not this week. Last week. What happened last week? What happened last week? Oh dear. My daughter and her partner arrived safely back after their lovely road trip up to North Queensland to see the sights, but also visit Jessica, 'cause she lives up there. They had a wonderful, wonderful time. They did so many things and got to see so many lovely places. And it's a long way. It's such a long way. Don't tangle. Don't tangle. Okay. So I could put that. Not a great deal happened last week, to be honest. So I will put that they arrived back safely and had a wonderful trip. Yeah. Doing bigger stitches than I normally do on this, and because that's quite heavy, but it blends in all right, so that's okay. Quite cool here today. In my craft room, which is usually about 29-30 degrees, it's only 25 here today, which is really nice. Quite cool, actually. The cats are enjoying it, that's for sure. Okay. I think that will be fine. I should have written on it first, but I didn't know what to say, did I? I much prefer doing this on the weekend, just straight after it goes up, like on the Saturday for me. It's sort of out of the way then, and I don't have to give it any more thought. There we go. That's easy, isn't it? So, week 11, I think I said. What was last week? Week 10, so it's week 11. Do I have a pen here somewhere? Does that work? Yep. Okay, so doing it that way. Week 11, rings. Rings with blanket stitch. From their road trip. Cassandra and Tim returned safely home from their road trip. Happy face. Always good that they're back safely. And they had a great time. Oh, I should put they had a great time. They had a great time. Okay. What did I put on last week's one? Oh, went and saw Sam and Kate's warehouse, that's right. I made some more tags up for myself as well. So I've got plenty to be going on with. That's another one that needs an eyelet when I find my eyelets. It's probably sat right in front of me somewhere and I just can't see it. So that's nice after all those colourful ones lately. It's nice to have one that's a little bit more neutral. It's very simple, isn't it? Perhaps too simple. No, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to do today. So there we go, week 11, rings with blanket stitch. Thank you for watching and staying with me on this. I don't know where I am this week. It's just all over the place. Thank you, everybody, and please take care. Bye.